So we're going to start by finding the perimeter and the area of this quadrilateral, which is really just a rectangle right here. The opposite sides are always going to be the same value. So this left side would be 6 feet, and the top one would be 8.2 feet. The perimeter is just the distance around the polygon, so we could just add them all up, and that would give us a perimeter of 28.4, and we should identify this as feet. The area, thankfully, is almost as easy for a rectangle. That's just going to be length times width, so the area is going to be 8.2 times 6, and that's going to equal 49.2 squared, and we say squared feet. With the exponent is 2 because we have 2 dimensions we're looking at, up and down, left and right. If it was volume, which we're not doing today, it would be 3 dimensions, so we would have it to the third power. The question below it, the Newman's family room measured 24 by 20 feet, so let's just write that in there. Obviously this is not drawn to scale by any means, and they cover each square tile is going to be 1 foot or 12 inches. They're not trying to trick you here. That's why it's 1 foot. If it was anything else like 2 feet or 3 feet, we would have to do some division, but this is going to be pretty easy. The area then is 24 times 20. So we have the area is 480 feet squared, and we're going to multiply that by the cost, which is 0.78 or 78 cents per square tile, 1 foot square tile. So this is going to be 480 times 0.78, which is 374.4, but since we are working with money, we should have it rounded to the nearest penny, so make sure you put that 0 in there. The next one on the top right, a security fence, is to be built around this rectangle. It's 157 meters by 425 meters. What is the perimeter of the field? So let's stop and let's add those all up. 157 plus 425 plus 157 plus 425 is going to be 1164, and we would also say, in this case, meters. And by the way, you can use the equation for rectangles for perimeter. It's 2L plus 2W. I'm just illustrating that we can just add up all the different sides. So the cost, it's $2.23 per meter. So we're going to take the 1164, multiply it by 2.23, and that's going to give us a total of $2,597.95.72. For this last question, we have 2 rectangles, and it wants to find the area that's left over. So it wants to essentially find the area of the white here, or stuff I just highlighted in a red. So this is going to be a question we have to do to conceptualize. It's the big rectangle minus the smaller rectangle. So the bigger rectangle is 60 by 32, so we're going to do 60 times 32, and that's going to equal 1920 meters squared. And the area of the smaller rectangle is 31 times 8, and that's going to be equal to 248 meters squared. And by the way, if you're curious why we're also getting a meter squared when we're multiplying, it's really 60 m, or 60 meters times 32 m, 32 meters, and m times m is m squared. That's why we're getting the m squared. So now we just have to subtract the 2 areas. We've got 1920 minus 248, and that would leave us with a final answer of 1672 meters squared. And if you have any kind of questions, be sure to ask your math teacher.